Welcome, sports fans. Welcome back to another very special episode. I'm Joe Mar.
I'm Rush.
And this is This or That Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting and riveting sports topics, discussions, and debates on the internet.
Yes, but before we get into today's video, don't forget to like this one, leave a comment, and subscribe to This or That Sports TV. And do one more thing first, do.
Share the video to at least 10 people, but ensure to get us 6 subscribers, because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers that get us by the end of the day, people?
One. But people, it's all over. Coach Hallgrimsson is no more. And we're obviously here to talk about it. News was released a couple of days ago, by the time you guys are watching this, that Coach Hallgrimsson and the JFF came to a mutual understanding and they have accepted his resignation. He's no longer the senior men's national team head coach. And I'm assuming this also comes with Coach John Wall and the goalkeeper coach's resignation also. Yeah. I would assume that's his team. So, is this a good or a bad thing? Does this suck? So we're here to talk about it. But before we get into it, before we, even assess all of what happened, especially in Copa America and the decision, good or bad and all of that, let's walk it all the way back. Let's talk about when Coach Hallgrimsson first came in. And, before we talk about all the bad things that transpired, we have to first of all give him his props. Hallgrimsson came in after Coach Whitmore and Paul Hall. And I think we saw immediate returns, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of development, grassroots development of football in Jamaica, in terms of weekly camps or monthly camps for the local-based players, in terms of recruiting players to the national team. We saw a lot of improvements. I have to first of all give props to Coach Hallgrimsson for that. So big up to him. Can definitely say Coach Hallgrimsson made the most improvement in the shortest amount of time in terms of coaches that we've had, especially over, let's say, the last 20 years. Coach Hallgrimsson was one of the best coaches that Jamaica has ever had. Right. Straight up.
He experienced some of the most success.
Yeah. So I have to put him in another bracket there. Big up to Coach Hallgrimsson. It didn't work out. It's not to be, but at the end of the day, he made a lot of good improvements on Jamaican football. I personally like the guy. Not everything on the field I loved, but in terms of everything off the field, I loved it. And then some things on the field I loved. I really appreciate what he did in terms of our recruitment and transforming how, football works in Jamaica in terms of development. Because him and John Wall, they had their programs there and they had that going. So big props to them. Big up to Coach Hallgrimsson again. But let's talk about how it all started. Coach Hallgrimsson got the job, I want to say, in around 2021, the back end. Started 2022 January, but he was in charge of his first game against Argentina, where we lost that game, but it was a friendly. It didn't really matter much. He was, unofficially the coach. Everybody didn't know him as in January, but he was in charge of that game after Paul Hall. So talk to me, when Hallgrimsson got the job, obviously we saw him play the game against Argentina. We didn't take much from that game. But when Coach Hallgrimsson was announced and he was officially the head coach of senior men's national team, what were your feelings? What were your thoughts? What did you feel about it?
Well, upon Hallgrimsson's appointment, I think we had spoken about it on YouTube, and I think I'd spoken about it on YouTube. It was an exciting appointment because of his track record of success, because of his ability to lead weaker teams, into competitions and to get success with these weaker teams, because of his coaching prowess and experience. Also his ethnicity. Anytime Jamaica collaborates with a Caucasian coach, at least in our history.
Not really.
That's the only time we qualified
for the
World
Cup.
Cup.
But then Schaefer come and tush out.
Schaefer, Bora Milutinovic also.
Never always quite work out, but our most success was with Akaki.
So when I saw like a white coach, with European experience
and success,
I was like, all right, this should be interesting. I'm curious to see.
This is the level I should have.
Exactly. I'm curious to see his philosophies. I'm curious to see when implement. I'm excited for the professionalism that he will bring, and I hope that his relationships with the dual nationals would be something to harp on, something that would be an improvement up on what we had before. So that was my initial thoughts on Hallgrimsson's appointment. I was excited.
Yeah, I was also excited. I initially thought this is the level of coach that we're supposed to have. Obviously, I wanted Paul Hall. I liked Paul Hall's style of play. A lot of people thought that it left us too exposed, but I liked the expression and everything. But Paul Hall was still a coach in England, and you just can't be a national coach at the same time.
Mhm.
No, we just need the JFF just need to either give him the job or not. And maybe that is not the level that Jamaica should be at. If you're an academic coach or you're under 21s coach, that is not the level that Jamaica national team should be looking at, bro. We should be having senior coaches. We should be having experienced coaches. Because the truth is, we have the talent that should be coached by senior coaches, bro. Some of them, man, I don't know if they're going to respect under 21 coach. I don't know if they're going to respect a JPL coach. I don't know. You see me? So, I like the fact that we are recruiting a coach, or we recruited a coach from that level. I gave the JFF props. I gave the technical committee props. I think they did a good job. I heard that they negotiated for him to have his practice in Jamaica, and his family came and all of that. And I like that. You see me? So initially, I was excited. I was looking forward to everything that Hallgrimsson had to offer. And yeah, it started decent. Obviously the results didn't always come, but his record was a winning one. Even though it's not necessarily hard to have a winning record with Jamaica, just because of the players and majority of the opponents we will be just based on talent. But whenever it came to it, we started to get some results against teams that we weren't necessarily the favorites against in terms of some draws, some good performances. But towards the end, it started to get sore. In terms of coach Hallgrimsson, well, keep on. May I refer to him as coach? I'm gonna say go. In terms of Coach Hallgrimsson's style of play, what did you like or not like about it? Because we saw some things. Obviously we started 4-4-2, we saw the press, we saw the three at the back at different points. So what did you like about Hallgrimsson and his coaching style? And was it compatible with Jamaican football?
What I can say is that there's definitely an evolution of football, from when he first took over the team to where I think it peaked in Nations League most recently, and to know its culmination at a miserable end at the Copa America.
Mhm.
I'd say there are different phases and definitely various evolutions of Hallgrimsson's style of play and the football that Hallgrimsson had was playing. And I would say when it started off, a bit flat with a 4-4-2, I wasn't satisfied. I didn't think that our talents were being used to the best of its ability. I didn't think our pace was being manipulated and applied as well as it should have been. I thought that we had the ability to play more defenders because of the quality of defenders that we had and the lack thereof in the midfield. And we saw where it evolved. We saw where he employed a press to most recently. We see him forcing square pegs into round holes. So there was a sweet spot where I think Hallgrimsson kind of started to get it right, started to utilize the talent that we had in the best way that talent was meant to be used, and it evolved past that. I'm not sure why that happened.
Mhm.
But in terms of style of play, tactically, I'm not necessarily convinced that Hallgrimsson was the most competent. However, where he's had his most success is with an extreme underdog playing in an overachieving confederation. And I think this environment was not similar to that one, or it did not equate to the one that he had success with. And I think that's where ultimately he struggled. He was good recruiting, so he got good and talented players,
Mhm.
but how he applied the talent that he had at his disposal, I think that's where he was deficient, and that's where this all came tumbling down.
Yeah, for sure. And I agree with you on that final point. In terms of his style of play, I remember starting, it was 4-4-2. Never like it, but I was willing to give it a chance. Because I said at that point, nobody argues with a winner. And if you make a play 4-4-2, if you make a play 9-1, if you make a play 1-9, just win the damn game. And as long as we won the game, I had no problems. No, the results never necessarily filled me with confidence because we weren't necessarily winning against the teams that were some of the teams that were supposed to be. We never quite beat. I remember having a game in the National Stadium against Haiti where we lose. You remember some of those games? So the 4-4-2
Come back and tie.
it would come back and tie, right? The 4-4-2 never quite filled me with confidence. He had some local based teams that played against Trinidad, and we go 4-4-2 again and again. We never like it. No. From that, we could tell that he's a defensive man. We could tell that he's a defensive coach. Set us up in a way that we were not supposed to concede goals, but that hurt us going forward. Moving on from that, change the style of play. It was no longer the 4-4-2. I remember even one time we were in a press conference and someone asked him, probably it was us, I don't even remember, if 4-4-2 is just his style of play, or is he open to changing how the team approach different teams? And he said that, he will adjust his team depending on the opponent. Now, that is a good and a bad thing. That can breed what you call versatility, or it can breed confusion. So you don't want to be all over the place. You want to have a style of play with tweaks. You don't want to have 5 style of play that you can imply anyone. You want to work on something and be able to tweak it. Now, moving on from that, we see the change of style of play. Where I'm going at the Gold Cup last year, with all our players were committed. Everybody was there, if I'm not mistaken. Ethan Pinnock wasn't there. I think he was dealing with the birth of his child or something like that. But barring Ethan Pinnock, we had a really good team with all of our players. And if I'm going to be honest with you, the best football Mr. Jamaica play wasn't for all of that tournament, but was for stints in that tournament. I love the midfield press that we did. Me did just love it. And obviously, I can't say it's sustainable for 90 minutes, but in terms of pressing them, winning the ball high, not sitting off and allowing them and just defending, which is what we reverted to after that tournament, which is we are going to defend. Instead of defending from the front.
In that tournament, we started against the US, but then we played 2 weaker teams that we didn't need to seat against. And then in Guatemala, we beat Guatemala, but we're flat in Guatemala. We never employed it in Guatemala.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So,
and not to mention the Mexico game where we were absolutely bulldozed. You get me?
Not for the tournament. Not for the tournament. I was not necessarily pleased by the tournament. I mean, I said we see our best football in the tournament. We'll say that about the Nations League. That happened after. But me, I talk about a one game, I'm going to say how I think Jamaica should try to play. Not even that it was the most successful in that game or whatever, Just what I personally liked and what I think we can get some success out of. A midfield press, a timed press from our attackers, I like that. I really want to see more of that. We never see more, right? Him start change up my midfield all of a sudden, which is something we do a lot. Him just something will happen, we say we like that and it just change. We see Deshaun Bernard come in and I play a good day, him just change. We see Kevin Lambert come in and give away a good game or a good 2 game, change. We see him do that. John Russell come no more. Like, we just see that happen. You see me? So, I like the press. But they don't want to see we do more of the press. But they want to see I wanted us to take advantage of our strengths. And this is something where, I'm perhaps a quick butler, but it's an opinion that we also share. We need to take advantage of our strengths. We're stronger and faster than most people, and that's just true. A lot of our opponents, especially in CONCACAF, bro, they're either short,
135 pounds.
Exactly, bro. Them short and them light and
not super fast.
Not super fast. You see me? So I wanted us to take advantage of our strengths. We weren't quite doing that. The ball wasn't getting to our attackers very fast, but I liked the midfield press. Moving on from that, we came out of that. We played Mexico, I think. We started obviously we started the Nations League campaign before we played Mexico. But I remember one of our best performances coming against Mexico where we lost. Maybe that was before the Gold Cup.
That was the Nations League.
Before the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
We lost. I remember some of the good performances. But we were pleased with that. Move on from that Nations League start. We go on good. We get some good results. We made it to the Canada game was the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
We made it to the Canada game. National Stadium, we bomb out. The man them playing a Sonat, we never go on good. We go Canada, we go on good. We win the game. One of the greatest Jamaican performance I've ever seen. Again, can't say that I was pleased with the style of play. Can't say that I was pleased. It was still a defensive approach. We went to the 3 at the back. Damian Lillard in the midfield. I said, all right. I like that. And that was what we were supposed to do. That's what we were called for from Tapa days.
Yeah.
We have more good defenders than we have good midfielders. Let's play a system that encourages our defenders to play, take advantage of our wide players, and don't depend on our midfield as much. That's what I wanted to see. We tried it. That it works sometimes, it never works sometimes. But all in all, the style of play from Coach Hallgrimsson, I can't say I did see one I'm in love with, but I saw things that I felt that he should have taken advantage of more. The 4-4-2, me never love it after a while. It never works, so that's with that. The Gold Cup 4-3-3, it was okay, but we never see we best results with it. The three at the back was when we started. All right, Jamaica can play some football. We'll do it in a stints. But we went into this Copa America.
And
we
we
never
come back
even
and we do
tried.
it in the nations, not only versus Canada, but we did it in the finals
We-
as well.
of course, we did it.
Versus
It was
the
just three at the back.
US, versus the US and then versus Panama,
Mhm.
where we won a medal.
And from that, we don't stop playing three at the back.
Yeah.
From that, we don't stop playing three at the back. So I think that was the formation of how we should play. But the way he employed it wasn't necessarily how I wanted to see it. I must say three at the back, bro. A lot of the times it was five at the back because we were defending. You get me? I said, so not necessarily excited about our style of play and exactly what I saw from Coach Hallgrimsson in terms of style of play, but I definitely thought throughout his whole reign that there were points where we should have emphasized some things that he did a bit more and be a bit braver. You know, we wanted this team to play. What do you think about that? Because that's a common theme. And again, obviously we mentioned, you know what sports matter, I'll not go around it. Another comment that Lige have is that Coach Hallgrimsson is in play coward football in a brave. You know, and I share that sentiment, bro. You have to you have to understand what you have. And you say he's used to coaching an underdog, like
Underdogs.
gross underdog, like
Teachers and firemen.
exactly. Him used to getting the most out of nothing. And he came here, I would say, in hindsight, Coach Hallgrimsson come to Jamaica with the same approach.
Mentality. And it was clear.
And it was clear. But guess what? I never realized, say, what him have wasn't nothing.
But he's the one who went out and got them.
Exactly. Not realizing that you're not trying to get something out of nothing here. You have a lot to work
You
with.
have Leon Bailey, you
Yeah.
have Demar Gray, you have Ethan Pinnock, you have Andre Blake, you have Damian Lowe, you have Dishane Bernard, you have Bobby Reed, you have Michael Antonio,
Mhm.
you have Dexter Lembikisa, which you got.
Mhm.
You have ballers on the team,
Yeah.
which you would have seen and recruited and understand that these are footballers, not the likes of dentists and firemen that you coached in Iceland around a Gylfi cigarettes. But it was a lot of Gylfi cigarettes.
Ultimately, what led to his demise, not understanding what he had, the tools that he had. No, I'm not gonna make it look like Coach Hallgrimsson never did nothing good, especially on the pitch. The results never as bad as some of the performances that we saw. Again, he had a winning return. Now, let's look at it in total hindsight now. You think Hallgrimsson should have go?
All right, so we never talked really about how it all came to an end, and in addition to the drama amidst his tenure.
Whole heap of things that me
Yeah.
in a Hallgrimsson time, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
man, we can do all of that.
Yeah, so it wasn't necessarily about him failing
Mhm.
and then falling on his own sword, but I think there are so many factors around that. So one, we spoke about his mismanagement of the resources that he was given, and by resources I mean the talent to him up on the field. Him not used to gold, so he might treat it like stainless steel. He might treat it like iron. No, Brechin, you have gold. Use it as such. And I think that was an issue where him just never utilized the ability to him have. And that was on full display in Copa when he line up versus Ecuador and him expect to suck pressure from Ecuador. Not with the team we have. That in and of itself is a failure. But fine, off the court, off the pitch, him deal with a lot.
Mhm.
And because he's so used to though an Icelandic team that consists of firemen and teachers, still a way more professionally run FA than when would have to deal with in this GFF. Yeah. So it's like a complete juxtaposition of all the talent in the world, shit FA, as compared to one not even world class, one star forward, okay, so you can score some goal for Everton, one good forward, and not that much talent around that forward. but a first class and well-run organization. We provide mood when we need, no drama. Give me this, give me that, give me that. When we get it done, we don't have. As compared to having good talent, not getting where he want. There's a lot of things that Hallgrimsson asked for that he just couldn't get. He did want more resources for his team. He did want better allocation of funds, better allocation of staffing, better allocation of this, that, and the third. He did want better travel, better facilities, better staffing, better medical care, better this, that, and the third, equipment, etc. He asked for all these things. The JFF simply couldn't provide him with these things. That would have been the start of his frustration. Then now, he have to deal with, for better or for worse, helicopter managers, which he never have to deal with coaching non-professional players in Iceland. You get me? I say, Craig Butler was the loudest and most vocal, but we know him have run-ins with Antonio. You get me? I say, we know say him and them are great. They have to go back and forth with negotiations and so on and so forth. And bro, I promise I know the players. You get me? I say, I promise to say the agents and the managers are these individuals where neither them want. They running with Mikel Antonio and how Antonio do and this, that, and the third. Although I wonder if that at the top of time. That was since Hallgrimsson, yeah. So we know
Mikel Antonio play for Tapa.
Yeah, so we know him did play, man. Mikel Antonio was a part of that. Was it? When we scored against USA, and the top of their coach. How much when scored against USA?
Yeah.
So me I wonder, maybe not so, but me know
no man, you're right.
But me know say they have to deal with other external factors I'm probably not so used to dealing with. You get me? I say, and then this whole Leon Bailey controversy, and
which is the biggest one.
Let's be frank. Leon Bailey is our best player. Hallgrimsson also knew that Leon Bailey is our best player. And Hallgrimsson understood his importance. And it's clear how badly Hallgrimsson wanted Leon Bailey and his team and was willing to do a lot to facilitate it. And having all of this drama, I'm going to think Hallgrimsson do the drama thing.
Yeah.
He not strike me as the type of person who do the drama thing. So in addition to him not necessarily yielding the results that he should be yielding on the field, simply because of, I think, he mismanaged the talent that he has at his disposal, but the dysfunctional nature of the JFF and all the drama surrounding the team selection and who would have speed this and probably who will tell him for call that ball and who need for the this and Craig will tell him for the this and that and that and that and that. Hallgrimsson is probably like, you know what, screw this.
Yeah.
I'm not do this no more. The job is already hard enough as it is. And I think all of them factors that culminate in him going to the Copa America already done, bro.
Yeah. And he was pushing him to the edge. And remember when the Leon Bailey saga happened? Maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago, right? Earlier in the year. And we got some insight into what happened. We can't say that he dealt with that the best way. Maybe said a little bit more than he should have, but the man not used to dealing with all of this. And even in the recent Leon Bailey saga, can't say him deal with it the best again. Him not used to deal with this. He come out and just say too much. Coming out and saying that, put him on the team and hopefully him can come. And again, you lose all your leverage. It look like you're not running a team properly.
Yeah.
Because the man not used to all of this drama, bro. You see me? So even the press conference when we have about Leon Bailey thing, saying that, it get leaks, here we're going to talk about it. Him do this. That's just, you said too much. You know? So you can see that him not used to deal with the drama and the drama push him over the edge. Now, the man pick him team, brother. Because we're going to talk about that drama. The man pick him team. Right? And then 10 minutes after them have the big shebang. One of them play them when pick on the team saying, nah, come. Now the people them start coming up on the coach now. Say the man, tell us him now, come and you put him on the team. Brother, with everything we mentioned before, and then that happened right before the competition to start. Remember you suspend this man and then we get some insights, so you call him back in. And then he's saying, nah, come, and then you go up on the media and say him suspended. Worsening the relationship with the best player. Then you come now, we don't have the relationship ever that will get back to the point where it was before.
And keep in mind, him and that players camp had fostered a relatively good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, him did very involved with that agency and that whole management group, having sessions with Phoenix themselves. Hallgrimsson, they're Phoenix. You get me? So not to say it wasn't at Mount Pleasant and it wasn't at Harborview as well. But him did extend a hand to this group of people, knowing full well that his best player and possibly his potential best player come from that little camp here. And if you know so that's sour, him probably has to say, yo, none of this.
Bro, you know what? I put all of it.
FA.
Well, not all of it, but 90% time. I put some weight upon the drama and just things where him can control. But how the JFF deal with things, brother, will run anybody.
Yep.
How the JFF deal with things, will run anybody, brother. And a lot of the problems that happen around this team have a lot to do with the JFF and their mismanagement. Them just don't run a good ship. And it's just evident. They just don't run a good ship, bro. And a lot, you have to tolerate a lot whenever you're working for the JFF. Yeah. Most of the players do it because of the love for their country. But if this was not about country, bro.
Yeah. They wouldn't have no ball and no staff.
Brother, if this wasn't about the love for the country and wanted to make it to a World Cup and making the country proud, nobody no play for no Jamaica, for no JFF, brother. It not happen because they're just a poorly run FA. That's just all it comes down to. But it is confirmed.
Yeah.
The man quit.
Right after the Venezuela match. But I think that decision had already been made.
Long time, bro.
If we are be honest.
Well, not long time, but probably during this tournament. More than likely during this tournament. I'm gonna see what would have.
Do you think
bro,
I don't want to make him quit, dog?
I don't know. I'll just beat him, dog.
I don't let it go crazy, brother. And he might not see this, but he definitely see that from I don't know, I tell you that much. Yeah.
Bro, the thing is, it sucks. Because I really want Hallgrimsson to get a World Cup qualifying campaign. The thing is...
Bro, every coach deserves one.
Yeah, deserve it, brother.
That's where your tenure is made or broken.
Bro, the man pass of him money, you know?
Yeah.
Man's keeping the money, you know? I'm resigning, bro. Yeah. They don't owe him jack, you know?
Yeah.
The JFF catch a break right now, too. Probably the man don't want to get rid of team to get Jerome Waite or somebody.
Still a pay top to this day.
Till he catch a break and resign. But if him never resign, him not going away.
Yeah.
Because that's how we made that thing. I said, them can't fire him because them can't pay him.
No.
Them can't even pay the next Them can't pay a 3 coach one time.
No.
You see me? So, me never think that did wise. But, yeah. But they want him to get a World Cup qualifying campaign. Even though I wasn't necessarily enthused about the performances of the Reggae Boys team recently, I still think Hallgrimsson good enough if he can get to cross the line.
And
I just didn't feel that way.
Hopefully continue to learn lessons from these fixtures.
Yeah, bro. You have an next year and a half to make it right.
But me think every international coach all over the world, them tenure should be...
Not everyone.
Some performances
some
just
body
that bad
that
you even want to see them.
You're not carrying go nowhere. Some of them, you see, say, you're not carrying go nowhere. So here we are.
Don't waste my time.
Bro, but why is this a thing? Why we can't catch a break? Why is it Tupper, then Lauren Donaldson, and Paul Hall, and Hallgrimsson? Why all our coach them just, bro, why everybody just in a problem? Bro, Paul Hall leaving wasn't seamless, bro. Paul Hall money contract this and them say them not pay him this and them give him some and Ray and gone. Tupper, we know Tupper get fired. They get me and say Lauren Donaldson was the next case with the girl them and him just say nah, come back. They fire him too, matter of fact.
Yeah. Him come out and say
Vin Blaine, fire that too. Fire him too, sorry.
But I mean, is it a case where,
I
Busby,
don't know. Controversial,
yeah.
but him get back for him job now.
Yeah, so...
But that never quite work out either. Bro, why everything have to end in drama? Why everything have to be so bad? Even when the man have them success, you go World Cup and you make it to the round of 16 and then you get fired after that. Like how?
After that, and also the girls them quit by you too.
Girl them are quit too. But there was more quitting on the JFF than quitting on him.
Yeah.
And guess what? Coach Hallgrimsson come. He never get fired.
But the girls them quit after him. After Donaldson. No. After Donaldson leave, Donaldson never coach one of them either team there. Gail coach, what his name? Gilbert coach all of them team there with them call with Marlowe and
so that's when I said they never quit.
Yeah, so that's why I said them quit after them fire him, them just say, oh, we not do this no more. You get me? I said? So
when they're back.
And then back when them get back
Bro, it
as
just,
a
I mean,
coach.
the JFF
The
just, boy.
FA are freak way, brother.
Yeah. And that is ultimately where, until we get a properly run FA, I don't know if Jamaican football can reach back to the heights or think it. Or reach to the heights
All right, bro. The question
where
now,
it can reach.
before we talk about drama for the rest of the video, what are the implications of Hallgrimsson leaving?
Hallgrimsson leaving just means, one, we have to go up on a coach search. The good thing is that we now have a next match till 2 months' time.
That's not that far away.
I know. That's a good thing.
And there's no camp.
I know. I know. But it would have better than for have a game next week. It would have better than him.
Game next week, to be honest.
Why?
Because
Without
at
a
least
coach?
the players them would have still there.
No. At the perfect, as him said, at the perfect time him left. Obviously, no time is perfect. But at the best time him left. Him left right after the competitions, you can give them time to find a coach and reante. Cool. But knowing them money, Maga Aya.
Bro, Marion Garden will be the next senior team coach.
Anyways, that will be a whole different video. But where we go from here, bro, is just you go for your coaching search for a month. You try to get somebody the job. They may do an interim coach until the World Cup qualifying campaign start.
World Cup qualifiers now start back till
next year.
Yeah.
That's what I say. So we have a Nations League campaign for do right now.
Yeah.
Then probably just have an interim coach. Probably make Mirangard go and run the ship until Ray. I don't know how you can convince some of them player to come play for Mirangard.
I just did I say which Ethan player can Demar come play against Cuba Stadium for Mirangard?
Well,
really for real, bro.
But that's where we go though. And like I can find a top level coach right now. We just come in. We are going to go search again and find a next Hallgrimsson level coach.
Yeah.
Them not just out there line up and wait for Jamaica to come on. Plus, convincing somebody to take the Jamaican job is going to be a job in and of itself. If you tell somebody, say, oh, we'll fire Tapa and this is all. By the way, Tapa coach Cornwall and ID Cup. Crazy.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant give me both.
Then you tell them, say, oh, we are Paul and Soa. Oh, then we are Hallgrimsson and Soa. But forward same way. You can't make a World Cup same way. You see about this. That's going to be a hard thing to sell in and of itself. So maybe 2 months is not even enough for finding a coach. But that's where we go, bro. We go for our coaching search and hopefully the player them still committed that will make it to the World Cup. Because I don't know, man. I hope Hallgrimsson just stuff it out for the World Cup qualifying campaign, but I want to hear why. Probably not going to hear why for now, but I want to hear why. Because what could have been so bad that you forego trying to qualify for your World Cup?
In probably the easiest possible year.
What could have been so bad, brother? Me not know, bro. Me not know. And I want to see the drama, I want to see this, I want to see that. I want to see the results add to it and maybe him thinking him can accomplish it or this bigger than him.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to think Hallgrimsson would think that. But me not see what for me personally say, yo, me nobody want to try to qualify with that team, man. As bad as the JFF be, them wire my money same way. And me have most of my players, them me go try that. But clearly it was that bad. Or clearly not to all business about is too tough. But qualifying to the World Cup too tough. Maybe my next job lined up. Who knows? You see me, but it's gonna be a hard sell. I'm gonna say who them can get for come and take over this national team right now. My feeling is it's gonna be somebody local. That's my feeling. I feel like we can do an next 10-minute video about who we like to see if we're gonna pick somebody local and whatever. But that's as far as it go, bro. This sucks. And there is more to come on it because I'm sure more stories are gonna come out. But it not feel good. It not feel good because I like me, bro, I never called for the head of Hallgrimsson. Although I was disappointed with a lot of his performances. I never called for the head, bro.
Definitely I give him a
give the man him run, brother. Give the man him run for learn him team and improve him team and change him team and reante. You see, man, although we beat him so bad sometime, give the man him chance. Give the man him chance. And I can't even say give him chance because they never take him chance from him. He quit. But him never get a fair shake at it. You get me? I say him have a lot to deal with. More than a coach should be dealing with. But guess what? He take up on him head. Some things they never have to take up on him head too. Me I tell you that straight. Me I tell you that straight. Maybe I'm sure just stay up a whipper. Where you office there? Up a you or up a New Kingston.
Which
Stay
part?
wherever I'm Hallgrimsson today. Stay wherever I'm office there. Stay in that panel computer, make him call them to him play them and go coach him team.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they all over the country, they all sort of things that make relationship with people. So you can have my number, I'm gonna tell you where you have to step on press conference.
Yeah.
You get what I say? A damn thing they bro too. Cause probably might just F off with all of this, bro. Him in too deep, you know?
But maybe I let him used to, bro.
Maybe that him used to having good relationships with everybody. And to be fair, we can see the positives of that. It worked for a little bit. But after a while, it will crash, brother.
Get Leon and Craig for quote unquote buy-in initially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Craig they sing this man praises from now till yesterday.
Even now, Craig always has to respect the coach. Even when the coach is, I respect the coach. But the media, you have to say that to the media.
Next up, people, where does Jamaica go next and who we are going next?
Yeah.
And I want to have it.
Who know, see, that we're going to talk about. And look out for that next.
But stress.
But right now, it's hard to come to grips with it.
Stress.
My thing is just what we do now type of thing. And that'll be the next video. What we do now type of thing. You see me? But Hallgrimsson is no more. Wish him all the best. Hopefully the next coach can come in fast enough. Hopefully it's a good enough coach that can take us to the World Cup. Are we even going to the World Cup?
Bro.
I don't even know anymore. But
the World Cup looks struggling.
I'm still a cheer on boys same way. So
the World Cup looks struggling.
It look rough. And this is not the environment or the conditions.
I don't think the qualifying for the World Cup is as easy as everybody is making out. It's not going to
be
should be a better roses. I don't even think it should be, bro.
It should be.
Because we're going to play good teams. We're going to play probably a Haiti. We're going to play possibly a Panama. We're going to play solid teams. We're going to try Nyamu food. We still have Guatemala. Like Guatemala, the team we barely managed to eke through. Guatemala, it
shouldn't be easy, but based on the talent we have, making it to the World Cup definitely shouldn't be as hard.
We're by far the most talented team in the competition.
You dig? So by being the most talented,
means we're the best team in the competition.
I agree. But being the most talented, you at least can get 1 or 3 spots if you're the most talented.
Maybe if the competition is set up in another way, bro. But the way the competition is formulated.
I understand how it can go by.
If it formulated like Hex or Octagonal, then I would have said for sure we're gonna get 1 of those 3 spots.
We're not dropping no points yet, yeah, sir.
But the way how this competition is set up, losing a match, it gonna have serious ramifications. Just losing 1 match, I gonna have serious effect. And the whole outcome of the tournament.
Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Yeah, maybe the next coach will come and just make the thing up.
Imagine.
Maybe.
Imagine the next coach come and Jamaica just start running leather.
You know what?
Start play a bad 4-3-3.
I hope
with one defensive midfielder and 2 central and start run. And we have Cephas and maybe Leon Bailey and Demar Gray back in his side and Shemar Nicholson and score a heap of goal and Dixon mature, Whisper come at age and everything just airy. Go undefeated throughout the whole World Cup qualifiers.
I this kill you. The hope part. And that mash you up, you know, man. When you feel like say it can get better, you know. If it can get better, brother.
Man.
It just doesn't stop. The madness just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop with Jamaica, bro.
It never do.
Something always happen. We always have something to deal with. And hopefully we can rise above this and make something, because we need to go to the World Cup. Is it so? I mean that still, no, brother. Me can't bother. Honestly, when you see how low energy that video because it's just a can't bother thing. It's just a can't bother thing. But before we finish though, I could do some highlights of the man thing. Coach Hallgrimsson make it to 2 semi-finals. Make it to a Gold Cup and a Nations League semi-finals. Right?
Sit up under that.
Cool. But we are talking about Hallgrimsson.
All right.
2 semi-final performances. 2 semi-final. What else him do? I got 2 semi. Yeah, he never have that many tournaments. He got 2 semi-finals. One thing I really love what Hallgrimsson do is his emphasis on bringing through dual nationals and young players. Mm-hmm. I mean, I talk about special young players, giving them their chance.
Yeah.
You see me? So we see Coach Hallgrimsson bringing through Dujan Richards. We see him bringing through Kaim Dixon. Obviously, him give people like Devontae Campbell chance. And other players, whether we agree or not, is something where Lemby Keesa, Kara Anderson. Yep. Whether everybody agree with the selection or not, youth and promising youth is something Hallgrimsson emphasize upon. So I think give him props for that. And that just goes to show again, one reason why I wouldn't get rid of him. Just because him have all of the right ideas, him said the right things. You know, always translate on the pitch, but
it's similar to Garrett Southgate. I love everything Garrett Southgate do around the English FA except
when
on
do
the
we
park.
the 11 man on the day.
Except on the park. And Hallgrimsson kind of end up giving me a vibe like that.
Yeah. So I hate that still. People, let me know. What do you think? Was this the right thing to do by Coach Hallgrimsson? Was it right to just leave it alone? And this is something we did say Tapa should I do?
Yeah.
When people say, oh, people are telling man who for pick, and people in the Tapa ears, and Ray and Tay, step left it, brother. Be a real man or a real professional.
Yep.
And say, if me not run my team, me no want to run it. If me no want to run my team, me no want to be the coach.
Possibly what Hallgrimsson did.
Possibly.
And for that, big ups to my boss.
But guess what? The JFF always win. You have to know that. So people make you know what to think. Good, bad. When they want Hallgrimsson going, they want him stay. Can we still make it to the World Cup? Who should be the next coach? Look out for that next video. But for now, if you like the video, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to this other Sports TV. And the one more thing first, do
share the video to at least 10 people, but get us 6 subscribers. Because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers I'll get us by the end of the day, people?
Yeah. But for now, this was this other Sports TV.
Gone.
Gone.